Now, if I said, could there be an upset, I would presume, I'm saying Port winning would be an upset, but at home, if they win a game at home, you don't call it an upset, do you?
No. They've both got good quality people in both sides here, and no, I don't think it'd be an upset if Port won. I suppose Glenelg are the favourite, because they're the top of the ladder. But anyway, we got 100 minutes of footy to find out.
We have SANFL Statewide Super League, and repeating the news earlier on, Caitlin Rosenweg was injured in the women's game, the Crows player, but she's okay. That's the most important thing. Okay. So yours, Paddy. What can you do? Ryder does the climbing. Couldn't quite knock it away for the Magpies in the middle. Farrell goes in hard, can't grab it. Tries to knock it forward, he does. Hand pass goes backwards. Taken there by Frederick. Back towards half-back. Neat tackle, no whistle. Frederick's going to take the ball. Hand pass to him. In towards the half-forward line. Mark in defence back there by Chris Curran. Now you can glean any possible matchups there that might be of interest. Bernie Marnie sitting beside yours truly, Peter Walsh, to the half-forward line. It's fisted close to the boundary line and runs over for a boundary throw-in. Now Kay Pudney, he's got long hair. Martin Frederick jogs back, gets ready. It's good when they wear different colour boots, Bernie. I'm very happy with that.
That's right, yeah.
It makes them a bit easier to pick out. Throw-in takes place. Early stages of the first quarter. Taken out of the pack there by Jesse White. Another scramble. And we will see another bounce. Who are the key players in your mind, my friend, as to what will make their respective teams tick?
Oh, look, I think Trengrove and Woodcock and Laddams in the Port side. But Paddy looks like he's come to play because he got up fairly early in that first centre bounce.
Yes, you'd have to say, where will Paddy Ryder go at the end of the year? Will he be looked at by other clubs, do you think?
Oh, look, I don't know. I don't know whether his contract has been extended. But, yeah, someone would. Yeah. He's done some miles, but he can still play. Yep.
Another scramble. We haven't had too much action to be all enthused about, as now we see Jesse White with the right boot for the Glenelg team. In towards where McBean dropped the mark. He would have liked to have taken that one. He seemed to be in a good position, and it shovelled over the boundary line for a throw-in just before Tommy Corcoran can get action and get the ball. Beautiful day, Bernie.
It is a top day.
Yeah, very nice. Good day for footy. Always good day for football. A lot of people enjoying the sunshine. Boundary throw-in. White does it, punches it out cleverly. The search was on for McCarthy. Flicked in towards Partington, who's been a very good player. Leads in the Digital Pass Best Player of the Year award. And rightly so. He's a busy player. It's at half forward. He goes back in to try and knock it forward. Can't do so. And Bernie Reynolds, 33 goals. McBean, 40. Darcy Bailey, 10. And Scott, 14. There's a lot of power up there in that forward line, isn't there?
It sure is. And it looks like Willem Drew is going to tag Motlop there. They're stuck together pretty tight at this stage.
Stuck like glue. Well, there are other expressions we can say about being stuck by, but we'll move on from that, will we? Bounce down. Motlop goes the chasing towards the boundary line. Can't go anywhere with it. The ginger hair belongs to William Drew for the Magpies. Can't get it away, and there'll be another stop-start. It's been very scrambly stuff, hasn't it?
Yeah, they both want to keep the ball on the outside. They don't want on the inside. They don't want it to get the outside too quick.
Laddams tries to knock it away. Didn't do any good with that one. On the swing, Partington holding the ball, I would have thought. Yes. Partington. Now, there's a little bit of aggression being used. I think that's a fair way of summing it up. Sam Mays in defence. Taking time and not sure where to go with his blue boots. Floats it back in the Ryder direction. He ran underneath the ball. He's paid his teammate there. I thought Ryder might have touched it.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Sam Hayes has got it. He's kicked towards the half-forward line. Bounces, slides, slips and is over the line. Umpires today, Giles Lewis, Thomas Burke and Andrew Crosby. They are the three who are looking after proceedings. So as we see for Glenelg, Gould out there too. I'm really thrilled about it. I can get you to talk about him in a minute too, because He's one of the youngsters who is showing ability, as is Motlop, who's not so young. Kick down towards half forward, and the mark in defence is taken there by number 29 for the Magpies in Ben Edwards.
Yeah, that's Porter defending pretty well there. They're separating the Glenelg forwards. McBean and co. They can't get a free run at the ball, so they're in control in the back line at the moment, Port.
Bradley is running with his mate down there in Trengove, and that's a good tussle because both are quality players. Port come forward to the centre wing. There's the giant frame of Peter Laddams who takes the grab. Laddams bombs in towards half forward, beats the pack. Bit of handballing going on there. Bailey all right to Motlop, who's got some touches and shows a bit of dash. Through the middle, he ran a fair way. Tackled by Farrell. Hits towards half forward. Kick wasn't strong or long. And marked down there by Joel Garner, whose kick across the body was poor, marked by Reynolds. Now it's 2-on-1 if he's quick. He's gone the short pass, touched off the boot. Putney will clear. There's some action across on the opposite side of the ground. And let's have a look. It's close to the boundary line. Kicked and now punched towards the boundary. Still in play. Over there for the Magpies is Putney. He's in there doing some heavy work, and the umpire lets it go for a while. And we'll call on it. I reckon Putney hasn't seen a player with hair that long for a long time between you and me.
He's St Michael's boy. Yeah, he was in the same class as my son Scott.
Has your son Scott got a lot of hair?
Not quite as long as Kai's, no.
Oh, well, he's
a running machine though, Kai. He's an outside runner.
Well, he's got the hair all right, and it's over the boundary line, and 6 minutes of play. No score. No, we're going around the perimeters of the middle of the ground, aren't we? There's plenty of pressure on though. There is. Yep. It's Laddams who gets front position from that boundary throw in. White's there. Putney's kick out of trouble in towards the centre wing position. Ryder does well with a hand pass to Johnson for the Magpies. Johnson's kick to half forward is good. Marked there by Sam Hayes, who turns in front of the Alan Scott headquarters stand. He's kicking towards centre half forward. Joseph punches it away. Putney's hand pass is not going to find anybody. Joseph rushes through for Glenelg. He can't knock it clear. Putney doing a lot of work down there. Yeah. I tell you what, he's had the hands, and he's all legal, of course, but he's really at it.
Yeah, no, Putney's this is as good as I've seen him open up, really. Yeah, he's had quite a few touches. He's in the chain of things.
Yep. Now ball tossed in the air. Now Laddams does it beautifully to Atley. Atley swings the ball into the forward pocket. That was as good a tap out that you would see. But the ball now is kicked back to half-back. In defence now, White takes it. Now White hammers the ball all of 50 metres back to the centre wing, but running back to take the mark is Hewitt for the Magpies. Kicks across the goal face that he's defending to Ellsworthy. Ellsworthy for the Magpies to Trent McKenzie. McKenzie to Trengove. Trengove likes to slide the hand pass forward, and in doing so, here's Martin Frederick. Kicks down the ground. He looked all that good when he had the ball, but his kick wasn't all that smart. It was marked in defence there by Curran.
Yeah, Martin does that quite often, actually. He's a beautiful mover, but his finish is not quite where it should be. But Porter, they're spreading Glenelg when they want to.
It's an extraordinary scoreboard. It says nothing. Absolutely nothing. Magpies in attack to half forward. That was Woodcock who was kicking the ball forward, and there's a free kick because the ball was taken over the boundary line. Now what's happening? Coming back onto the ground to take the free kick down there, that's Max Proud. Good crowd here, Bernie?
Yeah, it's a good crowd. Very vocal.
Yeah. You reckon we'll get a feed at half time?
Probably not.
Thanks for that cheering moment. Close at half forward. Clever. Got a hand pass. No, it wasn't a hand pass, it was a throw. And the Closer did well last week with a few.
You see what Frederick can do this time.
Yeah, that's better.
That's better.
Hand pass. It wasn't a hand pass. He decided to kick the ball, and it was marked there by Sam Davidson. And they're playing catch up now. His short pass was all right, marked by Hewitt. Still no score. And we've played a fair bit in this quarter as Ellsworthy.
Yeah, nearly 9 minutes.
9 minutes. What the record is. Short pass to half forward, and Ryder comes out and takes the mark. Elects to kick into the forward pocket. And is it going to be marked, or was it on the full? On the full. attempting to take the grab there was Aidan Johnson, but not to be.
Yeah, Port might be able to stretch Glenelg. They've got a really tall forward line with the rider up there as well.
Yeah, that looks like Nick Bean having a run on the ball because he flew for the mark. Putney picks it up. Bombs to centre half forward. Who's going to grab it? Johnson tries to grab it. It's still a loose ball. Here we go with Trengove, who's tackled strongly. No whistle and plenty of defence. This game is just bobbling from one end to the other. And now it's Glenelg's turn to rush it forward. Well taken at half back there by McCarthy. In towards centre half forward. Almost the mark taken down there for Glenelg by Agnew. Falls over. Off the ground. The ball rolls through for a goal. That was Darcy Bailey. Through his right boot out. Left boot in the goals it goes. And it wobbles through and Glenelg have their first. Kick by Darcy Bailey after 10 minutes of the first quarter. And the first goal, Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919. A fifth generation family business. A goal kicked by Glenelg to break a real deadlock, Bernie Marnie.
Yeah, that really started from a young kid that we were going to talk about, Will Gould. He was the man that stayed cool down in the back line there. The ball hit the ground. He clean hands off the deck and hit up a teammate through the middle of the ground. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a wobbly old goal, but it rolled through, and at least we got one on the board, Pete. Yeah,
it's like a soccer game.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's one of the beauties, and there are many of them of the out-of-shape ball that we use. It's lovely, but you're never too sure as to how it's going to work. Out of the middle now. We wait for the Maggies to go into attack, and they do. Hand pass on, shot at goal, into full forward is just offline. Rushing down the ground there was William Drew, and it's through for a behind. So Port on the board in the first term of 11 minutes. Good scrap going on here, enjoying the company of Bernie Marnie, as I always do.
And we got Gould on Hayes, will be a good contest all day.
Good hand pass there from Matty Schnook. Now, is there a free kick downfield? There is. And the big beefsteak there for Glenelg in Matty Ubergang. He might have been whacked after he kicked the ball. Now here is Close who's running to get the ball. Initially, Partington wanted to kick for goal, but Close is going to have the shot.
Yeah, they're sharing it around.
Close comes in, kicks towards full forward. Oh, that's a good grab down there. The big beanstalk, Peter Latham, just his arms appeared.
Yeah.
And he took a big grab. It's kicked well towards the half-back line. It's defence, playing defence at the moment. Just the one goal scored. And there's a hand pass under pressure there from William Drew, and it's over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, the ball's whizzing around pretty quick. It's a frenetic pace. Not that we're getting much score out of it, because what it tells me is that both half-back lines are in control. They can get it into their forward 50s, but then it's defended. So the half-back lines are controlling the game at this stage.
Yes, very true. This game is so important for both teams. As Bailey kicks the ball in towards full forward, and there's no one back there except Mackenzie. Well, Mackenzie's kick almost cleaned the umpire up. It goes to our man on the spot, Trengove. Trengove's kick was awkward. Didn't go all that far. It'll go the way of Glenelg's Chris Curran. In towards the forward pocket, not quite. An attempt to grab the mark on the second occasion there from Tommy Schott. And it's over for a boundary throw-in. Perfect conditions here. Magnificent day for football after we've had some very cold weather, but this is a good day.
It looks in actual fact like they're playing Paddy Ryder at full forward. They can leave Laddams on the ball all day. That would be handy.
Interesting you make that comment, because now all of the play is in Glenelg's forward line at the moment. Ryder just running up there and taking position. As we see Betterman for Glenelg kick in towards the forward pocket, bounces towards the boundary line and is going to be picked up and kicked. Did it bounce just inside the line? I think it did from Joel Garner. No, it didn't. Gone out in the full. Free kick. McCarthy in towards full forward. Out of the pack. You know who that was? That was Darcy Bailey again.
Yeah,
He bounced another one through.
He did, yeah. And he meant it. He had a full crack at it.
He didn't.
Big Liam McBean's going to have to get his. He's snatching at the ball. He's dropped two now. You know, for a big forward, he's going to have to soften his hands up a little.
Now Sam Mays has the mark at half back. Won't be a long quarter, mate. 14 minutes gone. Only goal kicked by Darcy Bailey.
And being a wobbler it was.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. So, here we go. The big call is go Freddie. Martin Frederick at halfback. Right up. Puts the big mitts up. Can't take the grab. And I'll tell you what, Ubagang's got plenty of room. And he goes towards the other halfback. Agnew will take it and kick it down the ground and kicks it pretty well. Now, Glenelg just opening it up a little bit, just a little bit. Mark must take it and kick forward.
Oh, he's dropped it again.
And Big McBean got rid of it. Bailey stands, he kicks. There's no one back there. And that's a good pick up from you, Bernie, because we're going to watch that all the time now and just see if there's a bit of lack of confidence at the moment, do you think?
Yeah, no, he's snatching at the ball, Pete. He's got too much nervous energy in his arms.
And I see I needed to put a stat down there for Darcy Lecornu, who's out there, number 49. And he got a touch there, so we better scratch that one down. And we're going to get a free kick to Glenelg for holding the man. We will, and that free kick will go to Max Snook. He goes the short pass into the forward pocket. Reasonable sort of a kick from Maxi. And I reckon he's found, let me see who that is. Someone who's a long way away, Bernie.
Oh, that's Tom Scott.
That's Tommy, is it?
Yeah.
Now he is at 50, and I'm trying to see, is there a windsock here? I don't think there's too much breeze, is there?
Actually, there is. They took it down for today.
Oh, good.
The Bays are in town. Take it down.
All right.
He can hoof a ball like this boy.
Tommy shot. Let's see what he can do. He's at 50. His kick is all right, but it was
easy,
pulled it away, didn't he? And it's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, he laid back on it a bit.
So tell me about what you see in this game so far as we've gone in this quarter. Let's see, 16 minutes and it's a goal to all behind.
Well, what happened, the little ground level players like Pudney and Frederick and those guys are controlling the game. But as I said earlier, it's whizzing around the middle of the ground. But when it gets to both half-back lines, and it's talking about Pudney again, the half-back lines are really controlling it. It's going to be a tight game. We might not get 12 goals out of this one.
Oh, don't say that. We want lots of goals, please.
Well, but I'm more often than not wrong. So, yeah, it'll probably be 20.
I think as spectators at football like to see goals, don't they?
They do, yeah. No, it'll open up. It'll open up.
Edwards at half-back. Taking time. Now he's going to go to your mate, Pudney. He must have said to you before the game, I'm only going to do a lot of stats, just watch what I'm doing and enjoy what I'm doing. And if you get a touch earlier on and you feel good, well, you're going to play like Frederick, who takes a mark at halfback for Port.
Yeah, that's right. And Pudney's only 19, so he's settled right in today.
Yeah. A kick goes to centre wing. Farrell missed the mark. Port with numbers, but Glenelg with ferocity at the ball. The ball pushed clear. He's at the contest. He needs to look around, and the kick to half forward is marked out there by Drew.
Now we've got the tall timber.
Drew's kick in towards centre half forward. Now there's a whistle. No, it's not. Glenelg players falling over like 10 pins. It's belted over the boundary line. And we saw down there Will Gould involved, and there'll be a throw in at the 17.5-minute mark. 1 goal, Glenelg. Port Adelaide are behind. Come on. Now the throw-in's a bit shallow. McBean's on the ball at the moment, raced at it. Good hand pass, Proud. Ubergang, he's kicked towards half-back. Bailey got up, the goal kick is at half-back. Knocked to Motlop for Glenelg, back to the centre of the ground. Ball off the pack, gathered by Drew. Umpire says, I'll call play on. Don't stop until the whistle goes, so they're not going to stop. Putney runs again into half forward. I'll give you the stats at quarter time, and they'll be good for him. Long kick towards full forward. Did it clear the pack? It didn't. Almost the mark taken down there by Sam Hayes. Oh, he ran into the behind post. And I think that's what happened. He ran into the behind post. So obviously, the signal is it's out of bounds. With the ball in his hand, he crashed in.
Yeah, he gave it a fair shake too. It's still wobbling.
Yeah.
He didn't give it to Lee Matthews.
Lee Matthews, Windy Hill. No. Throw in. Off the hands of the pack. Good gather, Proud.
Proud. Hard one to take.
Oh, who can gather there in the middle of the pack? Hand pass was good. Now a chance for Garner. Garner, to pull the kick a bit. Didn't seem to be putting a lot of oomph into it. It's in the forward pocket. Farrell's down there. He lays the tackle. Umpire's going to call it no. And I thought Farrell just, I don't know what he was doing. I think for 1 minute, I think Bernie was going to go for the big roost, but then it didn't happen.
No, that's right. And Garner, he nearly put it right on top of Paddy Ryder's head, but
He did.
Big Uber got back on him.
Now there's Farrell doing some heavy work. Motlop's got a few kicks too. Motlop back towards the half-back line, but
this is interesting, Pete. We've got McBean there full forward. He's 35 metres away from Port's goal.
Yep. And Port in attack with the ball over the boundary line. In this first quarter, 19 minutes gone in the quarter.
They don't want anyone to get away to a lead, do they?
No. Now the kick towards half-back. Partington, he's got it now. The ball wasn't over the boundary line. Hand pass is good. It'll be now Scharenberg for Glenelg. Bangs it towards half-forward. Good strong grab is taken by Trent McKenzie in defence. How about that? Trent McKenzie, our player spotlight. 4 marks and 6 kicks. Trent McKenzie. Player spotlight. Tigers in attack as I write down the skills of McKenzie, and the ball 30 metres out from Glenelg's goal, and we will wait for a ball in the air at 20.5 minutes gone. They'll just run down like lost sheep and get themselves sorted. Adams taps. Get out of the way is the call there. Oh, it's a chance for Close, who let it run past. I think he might have thought it was going to go through for the goal.
Yeah, so did I, but it wronged at the last bounce, didn't it?
It did. So it's a behind. So we've had 3 scores in the first term now, a plethora of scores in the last 60 seconds. As Trengove taken to task near the boundary line, and it rolls over for a throw-in. Paddy Ryder coming off. You can do the goal kickers at quarter time, Bernie, and I'll have a half an hour break. Throw in. Alberton is where we're at. I'm loving it here. Glenelg on top. And Port wanting to get even closer. It's towards the boundary line. Trent goes hand pass. He's close. No way could he get through that pack. He's taken to the ground strongly. Umpire hasn't blown the whistle yet. He still hasn't blown the whistle. Tell you what, picked up there by Scharenberg. Scharenberg to the top of the square. Now Reynolds goes in and lays the tackle. It's official, the umpire's lost his whistle. Motlop trying to, Reynolds trying to. Reynolds still trying. Rushed behind.
I think the umpire's trying to open up the game. He's going, I'm not going to pay him every... these stoppages are just... We've got to break, boys. You've got to make some decisions, wider decisions.
Well, I have to tell you that that took an eternity.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm like you don't want to see the whistle blow all the time. And there's a leap, but maybe a push as well. It's a free kick. Yeah, I thought the guy who was pushed might have been Johnson, but it's a Glenelg player down there, and that's Max Proud, who's a full-back. He's on a half-forward flank now. Kick towards full forward. Off the ground. It's off the ground. I reckon Partington's kicked that. The little rover. He has. So 2 soccer goals for Glenelg. One by Darcy Bailey and the other one by Luke Partington. And so it's 2-2-14 Glenelg. Port Adelaide are 1 behind. This, of course, my friends, is a coverage of what we love to do, and that's describe the SANFL statewide Super League. Peter Walsh and Bernie Money.
Yeah, in that pack, big Peter Laddams, he showed in that pack that he's not just a ruckman. He sat on top of that. He would have taken the mark of the day if he had taken it. But yeah, it's hit the deck, and we've got another quick fire punch off the ground for another wobbly goal. But nevertheless, we've got 2 on the board. But, a good, it's not a high-scoring game, but there's plenty of pressure all over the ground for the listeners. It's the stoppages, they're locking it in. They don't want either side to be able to get on the outside and run.
Yep. I'll give you the stat sheets at quarter time. Give us a thought on what you reckon now as Bailey tries to get away from a tackle at centre-half forward for Glenelg. Not quite strong enough to do that. LaCornu's down there. Good to see him getting a touch or 2 early on. You whistle Ellsworthy try to get clear and does so. Bailey's kick was poor and Partington takes the mark for Glenelg. Too far out to score. Partington.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it.
I like the way he plays his footy. He's about the place. He comes in. Drop punt kick. He's hooked it. into the forward pocket, and it goes out of bounds on the full. You like him, Partington, as a player?
Yeah, no, he's got some skill. He's really good at ground level, stays low.
You like these phrases, you know, stays low and gets the ground ball, and you're going to write a book one day, aren't you?
Small book.
Oh, well, it's all about, there's one expression you'll never take out of a football vernacular, and that's go ball or umpire ball or something like that. And there's a holding the ball. It is, and the holding the ball call goes against number 30, Joe Atlee.
He's kicked.
Motlop, oh, he didn't wait.
He kicked that from 65.
Oh boy, this is a good strong effort by Glenelg at a place where a lot of teams come to grief. And Glenelg are 3-2-20. Port Adelaide are one behind, and in this quarter we've gone 25 minutes. They're looking all right, aren't they?
Yep. That was a magnificent goal by Motlop. It just fell off the back of the pack. And he only stepped back and took one step to kick that goal. 65 metres has sailed through post high. A beautiful return.
Marlon Motlop joins Darcy Bailey and Luke Partington as goal scorers.
It's only 3-2-20 to 1.1, but that's a good lead in a really tight game.
I reckon, Bernie, it would have been... We nearly got to 10 minutes, I think, before we had the first goal.
That's right.
The first score.
Yeah, now we've had a couple in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, here's Scharenberg for Glenelg at the 25.5-minute mark. Goes across to Proud. Now, he's the defender, but he's up on the centre wing.
Yeah,
oh, boy. Quarter time. Glenelg 3-2-20 with goals to Bailey, Partington and Motlop. And Port Adelaide one behind. Now, if I can do this, I'll surprise myself. But I'm in the mood for being surprised. Let's have a look at some of the stats.
You got yours on the out?
I'm on fire here. Now, okay, well, I've got the overall stats, and I can tell you, I'll give you the Glenelg ones, and you can give us the Port ones. I've got Glenelg.
I haven't got either.
I want the first goal scorer, and today that was Darcy Bailey, and of course Hamilton Holden's, proud supporters of the Glenelg Football Club, celebrating 30 years last year. Your Holden dealer at the Bay. You go down to the Bay occasionally and have a quiet frothy?
Down the Bay, not that often. No. I'm more leafy suburb.
Yeah, you got 10 or a dozen other spots that you can have a
that's right.
Okay, that's fine. Away we go, second term. No breeze. Glenelg, the top side in the competition with 4 premierships, and Port with 36. I can't believe that when you keep saying that. Here comes Jesse White out of the middle in towards the forward pocket. Motlop looking dangerous. Cleared away by Lineup now towards centre wing. It floats. Oh, a one-hander. How about that for a grab and a half, if you don't mind? Sam Hayes, tall player in the white boots, swings it into the forward pocket. Ubagang's good solid customer, close to the boundary line. Is it over? No, it's not. Farrell's got it now. Kicking towards full forward.
He's gone back on that.
Oh, here's a chance for behind the mark for it to be grabbed. It didn't happen. Joseph's in defence there for Glenelg. Hand pass. Doesn't go anywhere. Partington tries to hang on to it. It's flicked back out. It comes back to Farrell. Oh, he got hit hard but fair. Now it's Frederick. Now it's not Frederick. Now it's Atlee. Atlee's kick. Oh, no. That's Joseph in defence. He'll take it inside the boundary line. And his kick is not too bad. He saw Reynolds by himself. He kicked probably 50 metres there, Bernie.
That's right, yeah. And the difference between the two teams is really evident now of how quick-firing Glenelg are handballing at the stoppages. They're having 3 or 4 handballs before they run. They just want to spread the Port players around the stoppages so they can't get at them. So they're moving the ball a little bit quicker than what Port are.
Now, Jesse White's been pinged for doing the wrong thing in terms of shepherding. And so there's a free kick for Glenelg deep into their forward zone. There's Partington. He goes with a hand pass.
Yeah, that was
again. They're good. Craig's kicked. Well done there to White. He's going to look and then kick. They move the ball so well. You've got to like their style. You've got to like Motlop today too.
Yeah, been good.
And Motlop runs around the man on the mark at Ellsworthy.
Oh, good hit up.
Kicks just a little bit over cooking. And now Reynolds has got it. He'll kick it from here. He's kicked into forward. Oh, McBean! McBean, has he taken the mark, and then McBean has run into the behind post, but he's got the mark.
That behind post has had a couple of shake-ups today, hasn't it? Yeah.
Well, I don't think the behind post has seen anything as tall as McBean running at it before.
No, that's right.
Yeah, he's got the mark.
And look, his hands have been, as I said, they've been too stiff. He's snatching at it, but that one, he took it beautifully on the post as well.
Post still wobbling. McBean has to work the angle.
This will give him some confidence.
He shoots for goal,
Oh, no.
and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Oh, no, it's gone through for a behind. It's crept through.
I thought it was in the playing castle over there.
Nearly bounced onto the railway line over there.
Yeah.
Glenelg 3-3-21. Port Adelaide are behind in this second quarter. No breeze, Bernie, is there?
No breeze to have an influence on this game.
Well, come on, Magpies, you've got to get a goal. You need to be able to be on the scoreboard. Joseph at centre wing. Lost it. Didn't have to lose it then. It's knocked back there by Curran.
Yeah.
Gee, they're doing well.
Their handball game is really good, Glenelg.
Yeah, that's a good grab too. Farrell's there, but there will be a mark paid, I'd say, over there. Is it going to be a mark to Scharenberg? I think so. Yeah. Scharenberg's waiting for the ball to be delivered, and then it's thrown back in rugby league style. He goes for the short pass into the middle. White marks. Underrated player. Kicks long towards half forward. Not quite as long as he would have liked. There's Ryder. Ryder goes with a quick hand pass, and it'll be the Magpies who will believe back towards centre wing. Good work. Virgin who ran over the boundary line with the orange boots, and there'll be a throw in. Not too much for the Alberton crowd to get excited about, Burnley.
No. They just don't seem to have the leg speed around the ball at the moment. They're a little bit confused at which guy to go to, because Glenelg are flicking the ball around really quickly and really confidently, and Glenelg's efficiency rate is much higher.
Yes, we might have to creep out early, Burnley, get to our cars and take off. What do you think?
Yeah, well, that's right. If the scoreboard stays the same, that's right. If they only scores a point by half-time, they'll be throwing empty Coke bottles when we're going down the race at half-time at them.
Well, you think look at it this way. We're trying to give you what you want to our digital pass customers, and that's what's happening here, and it's not happening for Port Adelaide.
Well done, Paddy.
To 3-3. Now Ryder from the boundary throw in, kicks it towards. Oh, crunch!
Good boy.
That was good, strong stuff from Sam Davidson. All fair, but it rebounds to Joseph, and Joseph for Glenelg. It's back to back. Kicks towards the half-forward line. Partington's going to grab it in a moment. He will as Motlop's got it. Motlop's cut off there by Pudney. Pudney's hand pass. It'll
Beautiful
be all right.
work.
Yeah, that'll be okay.
He meant that.
Keep running. That's the call for Drew. Oh, Drew went backwards. Frederick's got it. Maggie's really just not on song at the moment. He took his time. Gives it to Ellsworthy. Ellsworthy for the Pies at Alberton into half-forward mark there by the man who they want to be running around with, Trengove. Back towards for Frederick, who goes to Pudney, and now he's 60 from goal. Is he going to have a look? He's going to have a short pass. Why not? Why not? He covered some territory, if you don't mind. I reckon if he had the old GPS on, he'd be chalking up a few Ks.
Oh, that's right. Because if Tony Marshall kicks this, it's really down to it was Pudney's smart handball, tunnel handball down in the back pocket there that started all this.
Now, Marshall, let's have a look at Marshall.
He's got a good look at it from here.
8 goals so far this season. 8 goals at 13, so the accuracy is not to the fore. Let's have a look. He kicks, and it is going to wobble its way and won't make the distance. It's bashed over the boundary line.
Terrible kick. Yeah, he dropped that like
you
a bucket.
You built him up then too. You were all over him.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's what I got an effect. Yeah. No, his ball drop was terrible that time.
He'd be disappointed with that result because there wasn't a result. It's 3-3-21 to a behind. Bailey, Partington and Motlop, the goal scorers for Glenelg, and we haven't had one yet for Porters. Atley's in there with Joseph. That is Pies and Glenelg respectively, and another start. Good crowd, making a noise.
Yeah,
coffee,
yeah. Well, the bays are certainly up and about on it.
Yeah. Yes. Now a snap out of the pack there. That comes from Laddams towards full forward. It falls shy of the mark. Farrell, he's trying to bust a pack. He's still got it. He winds up with a hand pass. That was always going to be difficult. It's close to going out of bounds. It's close to falling shy of the mark. Snap out of the pack is through for behind. There's no easy kicks down there. None whatsoever. Put Adelaide 2 behinds. Glenelg 3-3-21. In this term, Bernie Marnie, we have gone some 7 minutes.
Yep. Paddy Ryder's actually playing full back on McBean at the minute.
Oh dear.
And McBean's got out the back of him. He's lost him.
Yep. Now McCarthy does well. He's McBean just near where we are, but the ball beats him and bounces over the boundary line.
That's been his day all day.
Yep. And that's good if that happens if you're a McBean fan, because you think second half, you never know.
Yeah, that's right. He's just... Sometimes you just have a poor day.
Yeah, there's Ryder. Paddy. Not sure where Paddy's at with his football career. Crowd love him. He's a real favourite. His kick towards half forward. Swatted away there by White, which was good. Snook taken. Good hand pass. Goes to Ubergang. It's not a bad kick when he was being surrounded by Magpies.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's shown a bit today, hasn't he?
Yeah, his efficiency's been good too.
He's certainly a very solid customer. Ball around towards centre wing and it's punched towards the boundary line, and there's the man we're talking about who can't pick it up, and it's over for a throw-in. Good crowd as we look to the opposite side, the Dad's Army Bar. You've been over there, Bernie?
Yes, I have. Yeah, lots of times.
Right. Did you meet Captain Mannering over there for a beer at the Dad's Army Bar? Did you?
I've met everyone over there at some stage.
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. I used to love that show. There's close push in the back. Umpire watches. He's closer than I am. Giles Lewis, Thomas Burke and Andrew Crosby are the three men who are looking after these proceedings. From the tap down. Cleared away by close back towards the half-back line. And that's a pretty good mark out there. I reckon that's taken by... Is that Trengove out there? Oh, it is. His kick in towards full forward. Body's all over the shop. Hand pass is...
He's out.
Oh, there's a kick into full forward.
Called again.
And Glenelg's defence playing grandly. And how's that for an outlet kick marked by Joseph? Joseph to Partington. He can run. Partington's kick. Now, the biggest problem we've got now is who does this guy kick the ball to when he gets it?
You got to keep
and
running.
That's Thomas Schott. Is he going to go for the short pass? It bounces into towards centre half forward. Frederick's going to grab it. He's going to roll into trouble. Fortunately, he had Drew in defence. Drew was helping him out. Looked like a certain score coming up as McBean does the chasing. Losing control of the ball is Hewitt over there for the Maggies. Oh, they're making some mistakes. Schnook gets in, can't take it. Trengove taken to ground. Hand pass eventually will come shy of Hewitt. Hewitt taken. Glenelg fearsome at the moment. Here's White, gets clearance. He's kicked into towards centre half forward, is marked and kicked quickly down there by Garner, who wanted to get rid of it in a hurry. It's back towards the centre wing position. And Bernie, it's going to come straight back again because Proud's got it. He goes towards Partington. He knocks it off. Teammate there is Curran, and downfield the kick will be taken. And there's a bit going on behind, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we're back to the similar game. The half-back lines have come back into the play. Both sides are defending really well.
Well,
it's hard to get it into the goal mouth.
It is. He's close down there, and he's a long way out. And that's not a massive kick, but he's got McBean in there to try and go. Again? He gets up over the top. That's a good mark.
It was Garner, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is like the first quarter, mate.
Yeah, exactly the same.
We've had 11 minutes and we've had 2 behinds.
He's been good, Garner.
He's been a workhorse. Ball towards Laddams at half-back. And there's just Bay players and Magpie players are over there. Hands on knees, getting themselves organised. Half-time, we'll have some highlights from last week's matches. This is round 14, can you believe it? In the Statewide Super League, the SANFL Statewide Super League, getting to the stage now where you can start to work out your finals tickets.
Oh, we were nearly going to get a one-on-one there, but then it's gone out of bounds and spoilt that.
We need to score, Bernie. We need to
score.
Come on, we need a goal. Let's get serious.
He's on his mobile, the goal umpire down there.
He's not the only one on his mobile, mate. He's not the only one. Behave. Half forward Ryder flew, couldn't take the grab. At last, some respite now for the Magpies. A long kick in towards where Joseph runs back. Can't take the mark. He's running quickly. Will he knock it through? He'll be happy. Oh, he did very well then. Did he what? Aaron Joseph, he was flying and he knocked it through for a rush behind.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, he had to. He kept it in front of him and just give it a pat right on the line. Yeah, it was good defensive play.
It was. Chris Curran took the kick and goes for the short pass. That's Gould.
Look, wasn't looking.
Look. He does. And Gould, busy with him. I reckon he's doing all right too.
He's Garner again.
Yeah, he's going all right
dominant,
too.
Yeah.
Garner on the left boot, swings it towards centre half forward.
Oh, good take, Paddy.
Paddy's got it, but he didn't take the mark. But in goes Matt Schnook, and there'll be another start.
Yeah, it was a nice half volley off the ground there, but there was no one going past. He probably could have shot the handball out on the way up then, Paddy, but yeah, it was a nice touch nevertheless.
In this term, 13 minutes gone, 3 behind scored. Perfect conditions for football. No issues at all with the weather and a free kick to Cam Hewitt. And let's get in.
Yeah, they're getting into it. They're giving each other a hug in there.
Yeah, we don't want anything untoward to happen.
Two in particular just don't like each other there.
Who are they? You and me.
Yeah, that's right.
Billy
no, I couldn't see which ones they were, because they were right in the middle of the hug.
Okay. Guys in front. Gould does well with a hand pass to White. Last week, of course, Frampton copped 2 matches for some action that was untoward. Patrick Wilson for Adelaide, and you lose your key players anywhere, but particularly when it's getting close to finals time.
That's right, yeah.
Now, free kick to Motlop. Motlop short pass has to be good. Oh, White took the mark and was tunnelled.
And especially with Port going into finals, because they've got to have 5 top-up players.
Now, the umpire's gone across now. That would really hurt. Now, I'm trying to explain what tunnelling is. It's like in basketball when you're going up to the net, putting the ball in the air, and someone comes in and takes your legs from underneath you.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened to White, is coming straight off.
That's right.
That is really, really dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does stretch the lower back there. It's
Well, the good thing is that he's running off unaided. Yeah. What's the right treatment, Bernie? What's the go there for if something like that happens?
Oh, they just have to work on his lower back. I think he's because some of the time it's more shock than anything.
Well, Motlop has the kick, and he tips it over to Curran, who takes the mark, and we've gone 15 minutes with only 3 behind scored in this quarter, and it's perfect football weather. So half forward, running out and taking the grabber's shot. Short pass on, is good. That's better. McBean was out there to take the mark. He got up and he clasped that, and he turns now, and the mouth guard disappears. We should have a survey as to where do those mouth guards disappear to, Bernie?
I think that one will be in his sock.
Could be anywhere.
The good part about Glenelg, they really are playing like a premiership favourite. They're confident by hand and foot. I mean, a lower type club or a different type player would just go back and bomb that to the goal mouth. But he just waited. He had 2 or 3 options. They kick short and pitch each other up, which is really good.
McBean on the march from 45, directly in front at Alberton on a lazy Sunday afternoon, and he has hooked the ball to the left, although it does start to find its way back a little bit, but it's through for behind Glenelg. 3-4-22. Port Adelaide 3 behinds, 16 minutes gone in this term.
Yeah, McBean was a much better lead that time. His hands were nice and soft around the ball.
Ball back at centre wing. Paddy Ryder just on, won't get near this one.
Well, Motlop.
Bradley did the handballing, and also just on. Scharenberg got caught. Bradley will get near this in a moment, although Motlop has taken no whistle. In goes Gould for the Glenelg team. Riders there. There's a fair bit of action going on, and there won't be any free kicks. There will be a toss in the air. In the air it goes. McBean jumps in hard. Neatly taken there by teammate Shot to Partington. Partington holding the ball. Surely not. No. Now there'll be a whistle. No, there won't. I'll just watch it and let the umpire sort it out, and they're doing just that. Oh, behind play, if you don't mind. I just saw out of the corner of my eye Joseph remonstrating, and also Woodcock, and they were not happy. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. Attempted kick into forward pocket there from Appleton, didn't go the required meterage, and it's rolled over the line.
The Port coaching staff have reacted to Gould. They've now taken Ryder out of defence and put him up forward on Gould, because Gould's having a big impact for Glenelg out of there. So they've put Ryder on him, hoping to take Gould's run away, where he'll have to stay with the taller player. But really good opportunity for Gould to stand such a quality player as Paddy Ryder.
Well, as soon as we get a little bit of a break in play, and we will in a moment, because Motlop does the clearing on the right boot, back towards where it's forwarded there by Garner, who belted the ball forward, picked up by Trent. No. Behind. I'll give the score quickly, because I need you to talk to our digital pass viewers about Will Gould, who is only a kid, but he's in the seniors and he wants to stay there. 4 behind Port Adelaide, Glenelg 3-4-22 after 18 minutes. Yeah,
Will Gould, he's played in the under-18 championships twice. As an underage, he made the All-Australian side 2 years ago, and then made it again this year. He's a real bullock of a kid, really good defender. He can go forward, but he'll be able to handle Paddy today. That's just the sort of quality. He'll be a top 30 draft pick, I would think.
Well, you should know, Bernie, you've been about the place and you examine and you dissect the good, the bad and the ugly, or the indifferent. And I value your opinions on our digital pass coverage, and I value the fact that Glenelg with another little spot fire. I'll tell you what, I don't know whether, well, there's obviously
I tell you who starts most of the spot fires. Snook.
Does he?
He loves it.
That's little Matty. Boundary throw in. Bailey got whacked, picked up by Bradley, one of my favourite players. He goes to Joseph. Joseph kicks towards the centre wing. There will be a hand pass, and it will running. Not quite. Kick towards centre half forward. That's Lecornu is down there. He can't grab it, but he goes in for the quick hand pass. Player there is dragged down legally. That's Frederick for the Magpies, and there will be another fresh start. Now, the stats, I know if Laurie from Longford was watching our coverage, no goals in this quarter. Port Adelaide have not scored a goal in the game yet. That would have to be some sort of a record, says he, who has absolutely no idea. But you'd reckon it would be unusual, particularly at Alberton.
Oh, for sure.
Particularly at Alberton. Gains tight, free kick, Glenelg, Partington.
And against Glenelg.
Yep. Short pass into the middle. Now, they've got players all over the shop. Here comes Bradley, who'll take the mark. Bradley skips back. No one behind the man who skippers this side so well, so he goes to short pass, and why wouldn't he?
I mean, the way they move the ball around Glenelg, they really do look like a premiership favourite.
Proud.
Oh, Garner again.
It's Garner just climbs all over McBean.
Garner has been just outstanding.
Kick is marked there at half-back by Trengove. Oh, Trengove's wobbler. Close to the boundary line, it's gone over. He'd be frustrated. He hasn't played a game since round 8, and he'd be upset by that.
Yeah, normally a good kick of the ball, Jack.
Yep. Here's White.
Yeah, he's back on. He's feeling okay.
He's okay, yep. Yeah, well, we'll hit you with that player spotlight in a sec. But we're just trying to get a few things organised here, as is the case for McCarthy. Into full forward, there's a free kick or a mark. I think it's a mark paid.
Scott, is it?
Let's just see if he climbs up, and then Reynolds gets off him, because they're all sitting on top of him. And that might be...
Is it shot?
I've just got him, wait till he turns around a little bit. He's walking back. No, that's our mate Darcy Lecornu.
Ah, Darcy.
Now we won't do any Lecornu jokes. We'll just stay with Darcy because he's there now.
Yep.
And what an important kick this is.
Oh, my word.
Wish to break the deadlock for no goals so far in this quarter. Lecornu, 30 out. Lecornu. There's a Lecornu in Alberton, and he's kicked it behind. What is going on with this scoring? It is quite extraordinary. 3-5-23 to 4 behinds. Bernie Marty, talk to me.
It's an extraordinary game, really. I mean, obviously Port aren't going to have too many good players in their forward line, but their defenders have been fantastic. But they just can't get enough entries into their forward 50, and even if they do now, they'll have Ryder on a 1-on-2 if they can get it in there. But we're going to get to half time with no goals. That would be a stat.
And you know, Bernie, being honest, and I hope that our digital pass viewers can understand that we're taking this obviously very seriously, but because there's only a 3-goal difference, if the players come out and get 2 quick ones...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 5 minutes could fix this game.
Yeah. Well, what can happen now, we can see a mark in defence, and that's a strong grab by Ben Edwards. He kicks across the goal face that he's defending, and they're trying to open up some space to Pies because they haven't had any space to open up. Now they have, although Trengove, the hand pass went wide. He couldn't hold on to it. Ubagang towards half forward it bounces. It's kept in play. Trengove again now taken over the line. Boundary throw in. Just remember, this young man was averaging almost 30 possessions a game until he was injured, and he's been off the scene since round 8. So I'm just thrilled that he's back playing the game.
Yeah, and a lovely kid too, Jack.
Boundary throw in. White. Oh, what a whack that was to Close. Close goes to Bradley. Bradley's short pass was so good. Bradley was hot to trot. He sprinted through the middle, went the short pass, and the mark was taken further afield by Tommy Shott.
Yeah, they're really looking the goods. I really like the way they move the ball around. I mean, from premiership sides, from in the bygone era. I mean, even like the Magpies when they were winning all their premierships. This is how they used to move the ball around, and Glenelg are very much looking like a premiership side to me.
Tommy Shott's kick at goal is long and strong and straight. Tommy! Glenelg, 4-5-29. Port Adelaide, 4 behinds, 23 and a half minutes gone. Bone Timber Industries, you had to wait a while, but it was worth the wait when Tommy bagged a 6-pointer.
Yeah, no, they're really impressive, Glenelg. They're really confident, really predictable to each other. Their efficiency rate going into the forward line, they've always got 3 or 4 options. Their forwards are parked in front. They lead at the right time. The centre clearance guys coming out of the middle of the ground and they're making the right decisions. They're relaxed. They're clear. They've got a clear game style. It's not over confused. It's about quick handball, picking the best target. It's simple, but it's working brilliantly.
Who would have thought a side that's kicked 4 goals would lead handsomely on the scoreboard at half-time, with perfect conditions being experienced here? Frederick does well in defence across towards where Mackenzie can kick the ball long, but you've got to kick it straight. It's going to come straight back down to Hurdy because McCarthy has it. Does well through the middle. White's kick long, mark in the square and push. Free kick it is. Free kick Glenelg in the square. Siren sounds. Port haven't kicked a goal in a half of football. McBean's kicked a goal and Glenelg at half-time. This is extraordinary. This is a football game. Now they're on. And the 2 little scrubbers who were at it just before half-time are in the mix again. And there's nothing worse than when there is a melee at half-time when players don't have to head back. It's not like
the best time to have one, because everyone can get involved. Yeah, because the umpire can normally just throw the ball up and separate it, but it's only jumper pulling and pushing these days. It's not like the days of old. I mean, half of them have been knocked out now back in the 70s. So
look, let's start the barn dance. There's plenty of them out there. Now they're moving into different positions, and now we'll get serious because it's half-time. Glenelg 5-5-35. Port Adelaide 4 behinds. Yes, sir. You guessed it. 4 behinds in a half of football. And I know Zach Milbank can't help us out because Zach is using his talents this afternoon at another digital pass game. But I'm sure the records will be dug out and we'll work out if that's happened very often. And we won't talk about that too much because there's too much to talk about at half-time. Glenelg 5-5-35. And they are in control over a rather listless Port team. And the listless Port team have kicked 4 behinds. For Glenelg, we've got singles to Bailey, Partington, Motlop, Shott and McBean. And for Port Adelaide, could you run through the goal scorers, please, Bernie, for Port Adelaide?
0.
Good, that's it. We won't be facetious anymore. We're giving you what we...
Back half is operating beautifully, and Glenelg's back half is operating beautifully too. But it's through the middle of the ground. There are just many players in the Glenelg side. It's just such an even competition.
Bernie, they're better goal scorers for the year. Now, Boyd Woodcock, he's had 28 scoring shots, but 15 goals, hasn't been near it. Johnson's kicked 10. I'm going double figures only. And if we scratch around, do we find anyone else in double figures? I don't think we do. So It's not like there's significant potency. Where are they going to get their goals from?
Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, that's... they got Todd Marshall deep at full forward now. They've tried multiple people there, but it's not who you got there. It's how many times you go in there and how often how long you can keep it in there.
Andrew Bradley having a little chat there at the start of this term with Jack Trengove, and a chat in good
That's
tones.
better.
It's good to see those two classy players together as Port. They'll hit back. I've got absolutely no doubt they'll hit back. There's a snap into full forward there by Hayes. It bounces and is rushed towards the boundary line and through for the behind. So Port Adelaide 5 behinds, Glenelg 5-5-35. This is SANFL Statewide Super League with Peter Walsh and Bernie Marnie. We've been here for quite a while and we're loving it.
I think that's going to be the instruction. I think Port, if they win it out of the middle, they're going to go long and deep.
Well, I've got to kick a goal, and when the crowd, and we're sitting in this magnificent stand, of course it's the Foss Williams stand, this will rock and roll when the first goal comes by way of the Magpies.
There will be some excitement.
There will be. I want you to control yourself too, Bernie. There's a short pass mark there by Jack Trengove. Trengove just pokes it into the middle to where Ryder is. Ryder now has a look. There's not too many behind him now because the Glenelg side do it well, but his kick was very strong and bold and marked by Sam Hayes, but too far out to score. Now he's hooked the ball into the forward pocket and he's hooked it big time and it's bounced out.
Yeah, that was a poor decision, and it was a poor lead too. I mean, there's no point in leading in that position. You're not going to be at an angle to kick a goal. I mean, they've got to stay in the middle of the ground, stay strong.
Now Chris Curran is going to kick long. He's ignored the lead from Bradley, who's been well guarded there by Trengove. We mentioned that. Oh, over the top, a big leap by Reynolds. The pack almost spluttered when he landed on them, but there's going to be a fresh start. You've got to go with the digital pass votes too, Bernie. There'll be a lot of pressure on you. You better start thinking
It's
about
going to
that.
be messy.
No, it won't be. You'll give yourself...
We've got to have to go. There's a few in the mix, but it's who can stick it out.
He's close. Got a hand pass. Oh, that was always going to be tough for Bailey, who ran through. Knocked it towards the half-forward line and it bounces over for a throw-in. And the good news is you spotted earlier on, you've got an eagle eye. There was Jesse White came back on after he fell awkwardly, and he's back on to start this half too.
Yeah, no, he's looking like he's running pretty freely.
Yeah. Yep. Throw-in to take place. And Caitlin Rosenberg, who was injured in the women's match earlier on, she's okay too. The last reports were that she was all right, so that's good news too. She fell very awkwardly indeed, but she's okay. In a game where Port won, the game called off a little earlier because of the injury to the star forward player. Ball at centre wing. White's there, does well. Partington's off. Partington just has a look and then elects to have a kick. Putney's there in front, over the back. Almost taken over the back there by Reynolds, but not. Cleared towards half-back to Farrell. Farrell takes it for the Pies. He unloads around towards centre wing. Punches back. Let's get that pole out of the way so I can see. Hand pass is all right to Putney again. You'll get a vote the way he's going.
Oh, yeah, Putney's had a good game.
Back to centre wing. There's a free kick and it'll go by way of the Magpies for a push out. And we haven't seen, there's a bit of sun out there too. Player about to take the kick, shielding the sun from his eyes. Out there was Sam Davidson. Now he's kicked towards the forward pocket. Now there's a free kick to Proud down there in defence. Magpies yet to score a goal. We're running a raffle. What have you got? What time of the quarter have you got that they'll win? No?
Raffle. What do I want to win a goal?
Yeah, need a goal. All kick from defence. There's a good mark taken there by Joe Atlee, who might be just a little bit too far out at 55. So he's gone the short pass, which is pretty good, and it's marked there by Sam Hayes. Get ready, folks. Get ready. Port Adelaide 5 behind, Glenelg 5-5-35. An accurate kick at goal, the difference becomes 4 goals, early stages, third term. A big chance for Sam. Your move. The very tall Sam Hayes at centre half forward. He's on his way in. And he kicks, and he kicks a goal!
Got it.
You know now, we're at Alberton when they start to cheer, and they are as fanatical as any football team with supporters. That one then starts the movement, 4.5 gone in the term. Margin is 4 goals.
Yeah, I think, like I said at half-time, I think what they are going to do is go deep. You know, and Hayes has led up 2 or 3 times in this quarter and deserved to get that goal. It was much better footy. They can't be chipping the ball around. Their efficiency rate's been too low to do that. You've got to give it away and go long.
Ball tossed in the air. Ryder versus White. No one has it. Dealt with, and rather solidly, was Brad Agnew, who climbs to his feet. Gets back on Song. He swings into action. Ball in the air, tapped away by Ryder, but kicked forward by Bailey of Glenelg in towards centre half forward. Clears the pack. Hand pass could be onto Motlop. Motlop with the hand pass. Good gather in defence. Well done, Trengove. He gave it across towards Frederick. Frederick does well. Frederick doesn't know what to do now. Yeah, I don't think he likes to kick with his left boot or his right boot all of a sudden. It's banged back towards the centre of the ground. Almost the mark taken there by Laddams, not quite. Hacked towards half forward. All of a sudden, there's a bit of a sting from the Pies. Kicked off the ground. Chance at half forward for Johnson. Johnson has it. Was he tagged with the leg? Oh, he might have been a bit stiff there. Good work in defence. Knocked away by Virgin, who does the clearing. He gets it to Proud. Proud's kick towards half-back was good, and Virgin kept on running. Thought just he tickled his toes a few times.
Yeah, I think he's a bit unlucky there.
4 goals the difference. And Glenelg, who at quarter time led 3-2, 20 to 1 behind. Then at half time, 5-5, 35 to 4 behinds by 31 points. The Pies have a goal in this third quarter. And the rumbling comes from this stand, the Foss Williams stand, which is full of a lot of Magpies players as Glenelg sweep forward, and Partington's all by himself and takes a mark in front of the main scoreboard. How did he get there by himself?
Yeah, that's the question. Yeah, how did he get there by himself?
Well, it's wonderful little supporters down below us, the Port supporters.
Yeah, someone's birthday, I think. They got all the sausage balloons and cakes and.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Not sharing.
Here's Partington, a very busy player, the leader in the digital pass. Best player of the year so far. Partington's kick, pretty good. Pretty damn good, all right. He's second, and Glenelg get that one back and lead 6-5, 41. Put Adelaide 1-5-11. You've got to like the way that fella moves. Is he going to get back into another AFL team?
Look, I'm not sure, Pete, but he's certainly lively in the middle, and he's a lively small forward. He certainly does know how to get on his own. He sneaks off into those corners. He waits till they get sucked up the ground, and he's got a bit of IQ about him. He knows where to hide. But yeah, he's good on the voice when he gets in a spot on his own. He doesn't mind the goals on the angle either. He's a good sharpshooter. Yeah,
when you have someone like that, you half a chance to get all excited. Just see if I can. You've given me no help at all here, by the way. I'll just say, Bernie, but that's okay. I'll just find the stats. Partington, 16 possessions.
16.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he's done well.
Good little rover. And look at him around the middle. There's about 10 or a dozen at least as the ball's tossed in the air. Almost impossible to get it clear. What about Jesse White? We've talked about Paddy Ryder, but Jesse White crept into the side a few years ago for Glenelg. A very important player, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's handy, yeah. He can go in the middle and ruck, and he demands a big tall that is good in the air and good off the ground to be around him. Yeah, he's got a bit left in him, Jesse.
He has too, of course, playing with Collingwood and with the Swans and enjoying his life and times at Glenelg. And you know what we saw last year, Bernie? I know you love your footy. You saw North Adelaide, when they got to the stage of being in a final, it just lifted the club and lifted all the supporters. They just got so enthusiastic about what was happening. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, North just had a really big belief, and it's starting to show here in this Glenelg side too. They believe in each other. It's half the battle.
Now, let's just see whether or not we can see Frederick, who believes in getting rid of the ball. He, of course, goes to his best mate out there, your best mate, Pudney, and it's rolled over for a boundary throw-in. And I live in the area down in the bay, and my next-door neighbour is out of complete control now. And he barracks for Glenelg, but he said, you don't understand. We've won 4 flags. That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
And we want to be around the place.
Yeah. There's been a lot of Valium sold down at Glenelg.
Oh, no, they don't sell it. They just go and get it off anyone. Oh, no, they're excited. Look, all the footy fans who follow their teams there's a real air of excitement when you get to a stage now where this ladder shows if Glenelg win today, they're 23 points. Adelaide sit on 21. Not only do they have a game in advance, but their percentage. That's a big, big bonus.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're in the box seat.
Yeah, there's Bradley. Oh, he just did not take his eyes off the ball, the former captain. He's a good player. Goes towards half forward. Attempt there from Trengove wasn't satisfactory. It goes towards where Putney will wait for it. He'll get it. He'll go back in and try and get it. There's a scramble going on. Bailey flicks it out there for the Tigers. Scharenberg. Not Scharenberg down there, it is. And there's a free kick and they'll go by way of the Magpies. And the short pass is marked there by number 9 down there for the Magpies, Matt Appleton. And he's kicked. Well, it went towards where Big Paddy's over there and it's gone over the line for throw-in. And last touch, free kick goes to the Tigers. 10.5, Bernie. We've had 2 goals kicked in this term.
Yeah, but really ramping it up, eh?
6-5 to 1-5. Margin is 30 points. And, you know, from someone who just likes the game of football and doesn't have a vested interest in either of the teams, I'd like to see the Magpies get a couple unanswered.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we need a bit of a shake-up in the game to put some pressure on Glenelg to see whether they really are the real deal. But they're certainly looking like it to me. But, yeah, Port just cannot get that ball in there often enough.
No. We've got Tommy Corcoran in defence in front of that scoreboard with the RAA clock, which says 11.5 minutes gone in this term. Back towards centre wing. It's a Ryder knocking the ball forward, but there's no one there to gain possession. And we're not going to get much of a chance to embellish on what the rules and regulations are for Port and Adelaide, who'll both make the finals in the SANFL competition as to the eligibility of players, etc.
Yeah, they can only play 15 of their list. They're going to have 5 top-up players.
So you've got to be aware of the fact that things will change for those 2 sides.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a big advantage to Glenelg and Norwood, you know, the likes of Norwood and whatever.
Oh, Paddy, there's a good grab. And a good flick on too. He did that very, very well indeed. And Port a chance to rush forward over the back. Twin-fisted by Willie Gould.
Yeah, he's been good.
Yeah, there's a few around. I saw, you would have spotted him on many occasions, a young fella from, let me see what his name was, Tarpany, who was there for Norwood yesterday. He looks a bit of a...
Yeah, he's a jumping jack, isn't he?
What?
Yeah, he can ride the waves.
Mm-hmm. A good tap there by Jesse White, close to the boundary line. It skids. It'll be picked up out there by McCarthy, who runs back into trouble, but that's all right because he'll swing it forward in towards the half-forward line. But in defence, the mark is taken pretty strongly there by Benny Edwards, who attempts to play on. I'll sneak the score in. 6-5-41 to 1-5-11. 5 goals the difference. Perfect.
Oh, Paddy's gone for the jump over the top.
Paddy took a mark earlier on. Now he almost landed on the head of his teammate there, Sam Davidson, who's still on the ground.
Yeah, I think he clipped him on the way through.
That's a big man. He'd have to be 105 kilos, wouldn't he?
Paddy, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon he would be. Well, he doesn't have to worry about how big he is because Close has got him now. Now Joseph runs past the kick towards half forward. Reynolds, who it was a poor kick. Mark there, and Farrell with courage towards half forward. This is better. Here's Woodcock. Woodcock in towards full forward. They need to run. They need to do something. And it's going to be down there. Trengove, who's the last to jump onto the pack, and there'll be a bounce. Look promising. Also rushing down there for the Magpies was Todd Marshall. How many players down there? Ryder. Superb tap. Johnson. Hand pass cut off. Flick on now. That's so good to Gould. Gee, they worked that well.
Yeah.
Gould to centre wing, and careful, right below where we are is McBean. And he runs back into the forward line. Did he have a long sleeve jumper at the start of the game? Did he?
No.
He didn't? I thought he might have. Anyway, showing to take place down below us. Looks like Aidan Johnson about to come back on. 14 minutes gone in this term. SANFL statewide Super League Sunday. White does well after Motlop, who's gone a bit quiet. Bailey ridden into the ground. Very hard to get a decent kick. Trengove to half forward. Almost a grab down there to Hayes. And a tackle from Partington.
Oh, Gould.
You like him, don't you?
Oh, he's got AFL written all over him. I mean, he just monstered Marshall then, and Hayes. He's 5 years younger than him.
LeCornu, now Bailey, now a short pass, now a mark, now a goal, now Luke Reynolds. You have won, and Glenelg have 7. 7-5-47. Port Adelaide 1-5-11. If you're writing a book on how to play a passage like that, I reckon you'd get a lot of people who'd buy it.
That's for sure. And it all started with Gould down the back, and then he's just so strong and so dominant. Like I said, he just mauled Mays, and then he mauled Marshall. He just knocked them both over, kept his feet. Beautiful kick down the wing and sets up the goal. It was just outstanding. I mean, if he was another 3 inches higher, God, like he'd be all-Australian in his first couple of years of AFL.
So it's a big build-up from you. You know your stuff, and I know you're careful about...
No, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good, yeah. He's Glenn Archer type player. That's what he is.
What he eats roofing nails for breakfast, doesn't he? Yeah. And Ryder takes a mark at centre-half forward. He runs forward, jumps up and grabs it from the kick out of the middle by Laddams.
Paddy Ryder.
Paddy Ryder. Good on you, Paddy. That might have been from the kids down below who've got their birthday party going.
Oh, Paddy.
Paddy Ryder. Centre half forward. Margin 6 goals, 16 and a half minutes into this third term. SANFL Statewide Super League. The Ryder at Alberton hooks the ball viciously. And it's through for a behind, and people are so cruel. Paddy's kick was so poor, but he's not exactly simmering or stirring up the pot this afternoon. He's been just steady, if that's all.
Yeah, Glenelg people have got a long memory, though.
Yep.
Get him when you can.
Okay, yes, they do. Yeah.
Look at them running through the middle of the ground, the speed they run through.
Yeah, Partington, he was at half back in the ball. He didn't even have to deviate before he took hold of it. And the Tigers will come forward. He keeps on running. Just ran, but his kick not all that smart. Laddams will clear with a hand pass. And the hand pass was all right in the finish, although Hewitt was tagged, and it's a holding the ball call. Gee, they're quick, aren't they?
Yep.
One of their features of the game is that they just move the ball so well. There's a short pass into towards centre-half forward. And if you've got a gun forward who's just kicked a goal, who can run out and not even at any indication whatsoever find the necessity to break stride, when you see that, now he's given it to Motlop. No one watching Motlop, who kicks long and just offline, but no one was watching.
No, that's right. He masqueraded it pretty well, but the interesting part though is when the play got switched is how quick Glenelg run to the outside flank. There was probably 6 of them that were put 20 metres on their opponents. I mean that's just not being switched on by the power. Glenelg are quick, but they're not 20 metres quick. Then you just haven't reacted quick enough.
No. And your expert knowledge. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Bernie. SANFL Statewide Super League is proud now. Took a mark and kicks about 50 metres in towards centre-half forward, but no one there to render assistance. And
they're going to wheel and go. He just cannot chip. Yeah, they're playing into Glenelg's hands.
Tell me about the run. You saw someone like Partington at half-back, and then in the next minute, he's just gut running all the way through.
Yeah, that's right. He's ran probably 90 metres through there. Yeah. And that's how he gets on his own. He runs harder and runs longer.
Well, a score check, as we're going to see Atley, who hasn't done a lot, take the mark into the middle. He overcooked the handball, and there'll be a holding the ball or a toss in the air for no way. Prior opportunity. Umpire says the latter. 1-6-12 Port. Glenelg 7-6-48. 19 gone in this term. We're out of the middle. We're going to see Corcoran. Kick smothered. There's Partington again. Flipped the ball out of the pack. Neatly done. Snook got rid of it. I reckon Motlop will kick a goal. He's 50 out, and he goes bang! Motlop on the run, kicks magnificently, but the ball used from the middle, Bernie Marnie, they just flicked it around. Yep. Not only accurately, but in a hurry, and the score is 8-6-54 to 1-6-12. 19 and a half gone in the term.
Yeah, and that was Partington again. He was the instigator. He's he's ramping up. He's the best man on the ground at the minute, and the others are going to have to do a fair bit to get ahead of him. But beautiful running goal by Motlop. He missed the set shot before, so he owed one to the team, and he didn't let them down. But no, they really flicked the ball around quickly.
Look at the centre. Adams leaps. Cam Hewitt for the Magpies, the player spotlight. 1 mark, 3 handballs and 3 kicks. And McBean flicks it over the top. That's pretty good too. Almost a holding the man. Schnook, no. He got the ball and tried to knock it away. Adams picks it up for the Magpies. Back to the centre. Almost a mark taken there by a busy player in Virgin. He got towards the ball. Oh, bang. I tell you what, there's a fair bit going on. All legal. But a lot of physicality from both teams as we see a mark taken at half forward by McCarthy.
Well, when you get a chance to put Partington on his bum, you've got to do it.
That's true. Knock back towards Motlop. He can't quite pick that one up, so he'd be disappointed with that effort because he's done so well. Pies a chance to move to half forward, and there's a good grab taken up at half forward by Woodcock. Johnson makes the lead. The kick's good for Johnson. He marks. And you'd reckon he might have a shot. No.
You didn't look.
Well, he's sort of thrown that onto the boot, and fortuitously, because I'm with you all the way there, Bernie, when he's taken the mark,
yeah, that was
just moved around and then just hacked it forward. Yep. And the man in front, Peter Adams, always had the height advantage, and he dragged the mark down. Yeah,
if that had hit a Glenelg defender and it went down the other end for a goal, he would have been having a shower in about 3 minutes. That was poor.
Adams for the second goal for Port after 22 minutes of the term. Adams on the way in, 20 out directly in front, kicks a goal.
Big Pete.
He kicks a goal, and so Port Adelaide 2-6-18, Glenelg 8-6-54. This is the SANFL statewide Super League coverage of the match from Alberton, round 14 with Peter Walsh, and the voice now of Bernie Money.
Yeah, it was a nice finish by Laddams then, but in general play it was pretty poor footy by Port, but they, poor footy or not, you still get 6 points for it, and then they dearly need them. But yeah, Glenelg have got Motlop back in the middle now. They're going to be looking for some more running goals out of him. This really could rain goals in the last quarter.
Well, we have said that if there is more scoring, we get more excited. The crowd does too. And Glenelg having kicked 8, 3 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third. Port didn't score a goal until this third quarter. Motlop, neat and tidy, Gould out of the middle towards half forward. The fickle bounce of the football. Now your mate, who's been a little bit quiet of recent, Putney, over the boundary line throw in.
Yeah, had a very strong first half.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he?
And for a 19-year-old, I don't think he was going to keep multiplying, having 10 a quarter, but
yep.
He's been more than serviceable. He set the tone for Port.
Throw in to take place. We're in the Foss Williams stand here at Alberton. Glorious Sunday afternoon football. Adams couldn't get near it. Hand pass comes out of the pack. Good take there by Bradley. Now Bradley's kick, cleared Garner, who couldn't quite take it. It's going to go close to being out of bounds. It is.
The Garner's only mistake for the day.
Yeah, he just, well...
I think the sun caught him. It's starting to look a bit bright there now.
Yeah. Here's Reynolds. He got the resultant free kick. In towards full forward.
Oh.
And there's a grab down.
Partington.
It is Partington, number 10. He was sort of halfway up there in the pack, and it bobbled around, and he was able to grip it like you're having a nurse of your new infant or your new granddaughter or grandson.
It was only 2 minutes ago he was sitting on his bum at centre half back. Yeah.
Partington for goal number 3. He's directly in front. Umpire is pushing and shoving and getting there. What's happened? He's coming, now he's on his way in. Directly in front, 10 metres out, and he has kicked a goal. Partington has 3, and Glenelg 9-6-60. Port Adelaide 2-6-18. In this term now, it's 4 goals to 2.
Yeah, it's going to get dangerous. This quarter's nearly done, but it's going to get dangerous. Yeah, they'll be just really running and gunning and taking all sorts of funny risks late in this game. Yeah, they're going to put the sword to Port now, I think. Not that they haven't most of the day, but I think they'll really put the sword to them now.
Gee, I tell you what, with the coverage on Digital Pass, the SANFL Statewide Super League, it's not just this game that means so much. The other games that are on about the place, and Sturt in 4th place. They're not far away. They're on 16 points before today. There is so much to look forward to.
And it's opened up a few avenues for other sides to look at Port. And if you put the pressure on them, their efficiency rate drops. So other sides come along and take the blueprint that Glenelg will put on this game.
Well, Bernie Marnie, I know you're not a betting man.
But I am.
Right, okay. I'll bet you 20. Who would have thought that you would have had a loss to the Crows and a loss to Port in the AFL, a loss to the Crows and a loss to Port in the SANFL on the same weekend?
That's right. Exactly right.
On the same weekend. And that's where football can spit out some unusual tricks and can spit out some pretty good passes too, although that one was just a little bit wide. Looked for a moment as if we could see Ubergang come out and take the mark, but he was a little bit away from the contest. Kick back to centre wing is marked by Laddams for the Magpies. Laddams, left boot to ball into half. Oh, Johnson! Has he landed yet? I think so. Didn't he get up?
Yeah.
He didn't take the mark though.
One for mankind.
I'll tell you what. He must have been thinking about when a man landed on the moon 50 years ago.
It was sideways sitting on top of the pack. Yeah,
it was like a drone.
He was sunbaking, yeah.
Back towards where a kick off the ground. There won't be a mark paid there, surely, because Agnew wasn't far away. And Bernie, what were you doing 50 years ago when the man landed on the moon?
I was at Sacred Heart College. We watched it in the Paringa Hall.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Would you remember much about it?
No, I didn't remember much about school at all. I didn't learn anything.
Pies into whole attack over the back. Reynolds tried to take the mark. He's in defence at the moment now. The guy who kicked a goal recently. Laddams, not there. Can't quite get the ball. That was Hayes. And they just have the numbers, Glenelg, in defence. Kick towards the half-back line. Almost a one-hander is taken there by Shot. And Partington gets a hand pass. Here comes McBean. And the siren, because that you would think might have been a goal, because running back with Motlop by himself, that didn't work, so it's three-quarter time. 9-6-60. Glenelg to Port Adelaide, 2-6-18. The goal scorers for Glenelg, Partington 3, Motlop 2, singles to Bailey, Shot, McBean and Reynolds. For Port Adelaide, the goal scorers Hayes and Laddams. I'll get some quick thoughts from you, Bernie, because we've got a few features that we like to get access to right throughout our coverage, and we'll do that in just a moment. But your thoughts on the match at three-quarter time with Glenelg extending their lead to 42 points.
Yeah, they're in control in most positions on the ground now. I mean, there's still a few Port defenders trying to rush to kick 7 goals in 10 minutes to footy so you can win the game. You've got to grind it out. If they get a chance where they only need 3 goals in the last 5 minutes, well, there's time to do it then. But the initial 4 or 5 goals, you've got to grind them out. And that starts here right in the middle right now. They've got to win that ruck contest and then control it out of the middle.
And I tell you that the guy who came over and just said hello and shook hands is one of the best blokes that I've known in football circles, Chad Corns.
Oh, right, did he?
Absolute star. Yeah, really good guy, and just loves his football. Very, very much to the fore, yep, very much so. Now let's see what's going to happen in this last term. We go with Proud at halfback, who's got a free kick. And Glenelg have had free kicks, and they've had goals, and they've had short passes. They've had just about everything. And they've done that with, what I'd like to say is, I reckon it's the discipline involved and the way in which they've cared for the ball. Here's a chance for the Magpies to come forward with Davidson. That's all right. Umpire says play, because the kick is long there from Mays. Is through for a behind, just offline. That was Sammy Mays that kicked it behind.
Yeah, that was better football. Go for it. Oh, Pudney over the back.
You like him again. He's got up and he's taken it. He's thinking about playing.
I've been critical of him in other games, but he's been really good today. He's really growing as a player.
Well, a kick into the forward pocket now. There's to be a free kick for a push out. And the umpire is having a chat. There's a Glenelg player down there. I reckon that down there is Chris Curran, who climbs to his feet. Is he all right? I think so. He's getting himself into position. It looked as if there was an infringement for a possible marking duel, and that's not the case. And there is a kick from the boundary line, and the Magpies have kicked the first goal in the last quarter.
Is it Laddams?
I'm just waiting for him to spin. His mate goes across and says hello to him in 25, and I reckon that he's going to turn around now and display on the back of his jumper what it is. A goal anyway to the Magpies, the first of the last quarter, and that was kicked by Peter Laddams. He's second, and it's now 3-7-25 Port. Glenelg 9-6-60. Good start in the last term.
Yeah, it was a beautiful set shot. He can kick a few goals for a forward ruckman type. He's going to be a handy ladder on the AFL side as well.
He's kicked 11 now for the season. And we see those that were enjoying the party have been taken off now for further whatever is needed. Here's a hand pass out of the middle. It'll go to Snook. And I think that Glenelg would like to continue to press in this last quarter and win this last quarter as well. As there's a short pass from the opposite side to where we are, and Kane Farrell knocks it over for a throw-in. What does the coach do at three-quarter time when the side's 7 in front or 6 in front?
Yeah, well, the main message is more of the same, but you know, you can drop off late in the game if they think, oh, you know, we've got it in the bag. But normally, if you're going to be a really good side, I mean, you just put them to the sword and win by 12 or 14.
Oh, there's some good work here in the finish. 4 hand passes. Scharenberg. It's going to go quick. I'll tell you what. Scharenberg's kick almost made the distance.
Yeah.
Bias back in defence, will kick, and will kick accurately, and it's marked out there by Davidson.
Lightning release handball through the middle of the ground.
Towards the centre of the ground. No one takes the grab. The orange boots are being worn by Michael Virgin. That's danger. He got the ball and he gets it back towards his teammate Darcy Lecornu. His kick was good. Matty Snook takes it for Glenelg. Goes directly opposite where we are. It doesn't matter because it's marked out there by Curran. Curran towards half forward, delivers so well to Agnew. Agnew! How about that for a kick to McBean?
Yeah, it was beautiful, wasn't it?
I reckon McBean's a chance from there. He's not taking too much time, which indicates...
No, he's gone to the top of the square.
He has. Oh, kicks to the top of the square. And the mark is taken by Matty Ubergang. He's a lump of a lad. I'll tell you what, he puts himself in, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's played some good footy over the last couple of years, hasn't he?
Let's have a look at a few of his stats, if I can read my own writing, which is extremely difficult. But he has played just the 5 games this year, so he's relatively new in the team. And to stay in the team, when you've got those that are...
I'm not sure whether he's had injuries, Pete. I think he is. He's in their best 22.
Comes in and shoots for goal. He's kicked a goal. It looked for a minute as if it might have been hooked, but it's through. So Ubergang becomes the 6th Glenelg player to have kicked a goal. And the score now is 10 goals, 666. That's Glenelg, Port Adelaide 3-7-25.
Yeah,
5 minutes gone.
They got the answers, Glenelg. I mean, Port whip it down the other end, and Laddams kicks one after Pudney taking a good mark over the back. Yeah, they just got the answers. I mean, when they put the foot to the throttle, they outstrip them with that really reliant, quick handballs. You know, that they all know they're coming. They're all on the receiving end of them. It's just they don't spill the ball. So when you're trying to put pressure on the ball carrier and they're not spilling it, you're just running in no man's land.
What a superb knock that was from Paddy Ryder, who's now wearing Guernsey number 5 as opposed to 4. Towards half forward, they come forward. Joseph will take the hand pass if he's quick enough. He doesn't need to because he's got team wads. Now Joseph does. And delivers, just carefully caresses the ball into the back pocket. Hand pass will go over the top back towards Chris Curran. Couldn't take it. You feel like you've got to have a head count out there because there's Glenelg players all over.
Yeah, it looks like twice as many, doesn't it?
Yeah, now Curran did it again and knocked it forward. Shots on the bottom of the pack. It's going to come out there, McCarthy, who's tackled. Umpire watches and says it's holding the ball. So there's Paddy, who has a 4 and now has a 5 on the back. Broadbent, of course, is the number 5 who played in the seniors yesterday for...
Of course, Matty Loken, he coached a lot of these Glenelg kids too.
Yes, no. Now, who's back there running
Gould.
quickly? Gould again. A bit of pace. He kicks with the right boot. He didn't look all that comfortable by kicking with the right boot. Good run. Good run now by Hewitt. Oh, he's kicked it poorly, and Proud will take it. Proud's kick is long. This will be interesting. White marks at half-back and then ponders. Has a look. So his Tigers rushing past in different directions. Short pass was good. Marked by Matty Schnook. His kick was all right across the ground. Virgin will take it. Virgin will hand pass. Here is Betterman. Betterman's kick taken on the bounce by the bearded one. Good hand pass, Paley. Close. Is he going to have a go? No, he's going to have a hand pass. Closest hand pass, all right. Shot at goal from Bradley. Curls and goes through for a goal. Bradley's done it. 11 goals, 6, 72. Plays 3-7-25.
There's their handball again. I mean, the two Glenelg players, they handballed in between two of the Port players. You know, they just got the ability and they just know that it's coming. I mean, in the Port side, they wouldn't even run to that spot because they just haven't got the same connection as Glenelg's got. They just run to any spot and they know that handball's going to come. It's honoured all the time. Yep. So people will run if they know they're going to get it, but. And when they run through the other side of the ground, even when they haven't got the ball, they're extremely good.
Now there's a whistle. What's happening?
The front six is
just watching though for what the umpires are doing.
Yeah, that wingman's got to come around.
Yeah, they're doing the call now.
Yeah,
there's a free kick.
Oh, this will go down into the square. The ruckman gets it, I think, doesn't he?
Well, the follow through is that there was some consternation and dissatisfaction in the camp about the number of players, and now it's centre-half forward free kick.
Yeah, that's right. They had 7 in the forward 50.
I must give a comment regarding Andrew Bradley. There's no way known that I'm embarrassed about saying this, but we'll just wait for the shot at goal. These sorts of rules and regulations, you have to know. I know all that, but, oh, gee, I tell you what, it's not all that smart if it happens against you.
No.
And Jesse White finishes up with a free kick and a set shot at goal, 50 out directly in front. And I will tell this Andrew Bradley story after White wants to become the 9th goal scorer for Glenelg. His kick is through for a behind. And so it's 9 goals plus 2 now is 11-7-73 to 3-7-25. He was injured last year. So he did a couple, you remember this, I reckon. He did a couple of games for us on digital pass. He sat, as you did, in the expert's chair, and he really did settle in so well. And the reason that he settled in so well, he enjoyed the job and he was well planned and all that. He loved it. And he sent us a complimentary letter about, I really enjoyed it, but I've got to get back to my footy. That's what I love more than that. But the way in which he appreciated and the way he goes about life in general.
Oh, that's good.
A really good man.
Nice kid.
He plays the game all right too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Well, here's the kick by, that is Ellsworthy, and towards half forward, and hardly any cheering because guess what? It's all Glenelg. Virgin across the goal face, he's defending, and it'll be marked now by Shot. Shot over the top to White. White goes one way then the other, then his hand pass wasn't all that smart. Oh, gee, Trengove had to try and grab it. He couldn't. Nice pick up Farrell. In towards the forward pocket. Not much down there to kick to, is there?
No.
No, Motlop's down there. And we've got, what, 10 minutes of play in this last term, and there's a bit of agony to still follow as Atley's got it. Pudney got clear of a tackle. Don't forget Bernie Marnie with the votes for the Digital Pass Player of the Year at the end of this game towards right arc. Can he run quick enough? Virgin gets there, and his short pass will be all right. Scharenberg can't take it.
He
can take it. Gee.
He was on his knees.
He's got it again. Now he works it around towards half-back. It'll be grabbed there by Hewitt. He lost it. A lot of mistakes being made now. Players are leg weary. Woodcock over the top. That was knocked on there. Chance for Drew. Ball deep in towards the forward line. And we're going to see Proud take it. Now Proud to Virgin. Virgin.
It's had a handball again.
A bit of arrogance about the way they're playing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just they got a really good thing going with that handball.
They do it well, and eventually the kick is around towards half-back. Magpies will swing back into attack. Mackenzie, and it's marked by Ryder.
The one thing you've got to do to a side like Glenelg that flick the handball around it, you've got to have players that come from behind and trap them holding the ball. You've got to put the fear of God into them that they won't do it as often as they are. It's important just letting them get away with it. Port, when they release their handball, they're releasing it under pressure from Glenelg. When Glenelg are releasing their handball, they're releasing it to someone on the run.
Paddy Ryder, right forward pocket, 40 out, tight angle. Does the curling, but not enough. It's out of bounds on the fall.
He's had 2 badly bad shots today, hasn't he? Yeah. No, I don't think Paddy's done enough today to get back in.
No.
At all.
Tough times for someone who, when recruited, you thought, well, here's our ruckman for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. He's having a lean period, but a lot do.
Yeah. It's a matter now as to whether or not he can regain his form, and that's what Port are looking for, as they try and regain some form to get back with a chance of playing finals football. Whether they can do that or not, only time will tell. And time will tell with the mark being taken at half forward by Woodcock. In towards Ryder again, this time directly in front. And there are no excuses for missing this one, Bernie Marnie.
No, I wouldn't think so. No, he's just got to connect it right. He hadn't. Last one, he didn't run straight at it. The one up this end, he dropped it wrong. This one's got to be in the middle of those two. Ryder,
ready to go. Ready to start now as he puts some spit on the 2 mitts. Rubs them together, grabs the bag of wind and prefers to move in and hoof. He does just that. And he hoofs pretty well. He hoofs pretty well. Ryder with
like
not a lot of
kick.
applause though, but it's a goal. And so Port get their 4th, Ryder's first. And the score check before Bernie Marnie. It's Glenelg leading 11-7-73 to Port 4-7-31. We've gone almost 14 minutes in the final term.
Yeah, Port are just basically getting the crumbs now. That's what's happening. It was a nice lead up by Paddy. We were just saying earlier he probably hadn't done enough to get back into the AFL side, but finished with a nice goal there. But all in all, Glenelg were just in control all over the ground. When they want to put their foot down, they just leave Port behind. So we'll see what goes in the next 10 minutes or so that's left in this contest.
10 minutes within this final term, Bernie. Both sides kicking 2 goals, 1. Of course, when we finish here, you can find out the results of the races from Port Augusta today.
That'd be handy.
Very handy. Oh, almost rushing out to take the mark. Adams couldn't quite take it. Short pass on, and there's a good kick too. And the mark is taken by the lead from Sam Hayes was a beauty. And he took the grab. Ever been to Port Augusta races?
I have, yeah. I actually had a winner there, a racehorse that I owned, Jumbo Jumper, won his first race at Port Augusta.
I knew there'd be a link there somehow. This kick now from Sam Hayes, left forward pocket, on the move. Comes in, drop punt kick on its way. It looks all right. That's 2 quick ones from Port, who've kicked 3 in this last term. Hayes gets his second, and so Port moved to 5-7-37. Glenelg 11-7-73. We've played almost 15 minutes in this final quarter on our coverage of football coming to you from Alberton this afternoon. Peter Walsh and Bernie Marnie. We're also watching as quite a few of the supporters are leaving to head for terra firma, heading home even though the game hasn't finished.
Get on the first bus.
That's it. So I've got to find my car. I don't know where I parked it. I always have these issues.
You have to wait till everyone goes, Pete.
Look out.
Last car standing.
Now I've got this app that says park car and it bips at you.
Oh, Paddy, well done.
Almost a chance. Oh, there's 3 Magpies ticket clearance. Attlee's good. Attlee does well. So is Trent Gove. It's good to see him back. I've mentioned that a few times. Kick goes deep in towards full forward. Gould rushes back and it's still rolling. And it gets through for a behind. It did roll a fair bit.
Yeah, that was Paddy Ryder at his best then. He was right up and sideways and flicked that back over his head. It was beautiful.
When you see that, it's magic, isn't it? There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that at all. No doubt about that as the behind scored and the ball kicked back into play and shovelled over for another boundary throw in. So much history in this venue. Just went for a walk when I got around here earlier on today, and football, when you have your honour boards and they're all filled out, right up until last year with Best and Fairest and all
That's
that sort
right,
of stuff. Gee,
Yeah, they got more than a few on boards here, Pete.
Oh,
There's a few cups hanging around the place, isn't there?
What? Now Ryder almost got the tap away. Didn't quite get enough on it to clear the pack. Motlop got a good hand pass to it. Well done, the hand pass to Joseph, delivered by McCarthy. Towards the half-forward line. McBean's there, but it's tapped over. And there will be a throw-in. So you can hear now just the raucous cheering of the individual supporters now. It's not bordering on the crowd all joining in.
No, that's right. We've got a couple that have been on the West End, and the other one, he's a bit quieter. He's been on the 3.5.
I'd say so. Not too many that have been on the cup of tea, but that'll come later. Farrell picks it up from the throw-in. Kicks the ball in towards the half-forward line, clears the pack. All proud, showed courage, rushing through, couldn't quite knock it forward. So does Gould get in there, and there'll be another start, another fresh start. In this term, 17 minutes. It's been, what have we had? We've had 5 goals, but we haven't had a lot of noise. Ryder again climbs and does very nicely. Knocked the ball down towards Laddams. Laddams in towards full forward. There's a mark to be paid, and that's a good diving mark by Tommy Corcoran, who he was selected in the back pocket, and he's taken this mark in front of the big scoreboard out there. So an accurate shot at goal. 4 goals to 2 in the last quarter by favour of Port. This is a tough shot, though. As Corcoran emerges from what looks to be a big tree out there. I just all of a sudden saw him come through. Corcoran sets it up. It's just across the face of the goal front and through for a behind. It's 5 goals, 9-39 Port. Glenelg 11-6-72, and we've gone 19.
I think some of the Port, not to take too much away from Port, but Glenelg they've backed off now. They don't want to have injuries or just sort of get through for the next 5 minutes and get off the ground and get out of here and get ready for next week.
Yep. Strange, you know. Next week they play Adelaide, but everybody was in the one half of the ground then when that behind was scored. Yeah. And you say there's been a lot of rule changes in the AFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
You can keep them separate while the umpire's bouncing the ball in the middle, but after that you can't.
That's it. That's it. And now we see a bit of movement on the half-forward line for Glenelg if they're able to bring it back down, and that's the object of the exercise for Betterman, whose short pass wasn't good. He was looking for Darcy LeCornu, but twin-fisted away, and so it'll be a boundary throw-in. I won't say junk time. I won't say that because that's not fair.
No. It's just Glenelg just aren't running as hard as they were, but Port are trying to get some credibility back, so they're having a crack.
Yeah, Partington did well. The hand pass, Snook did all right too. A bit of twisting and turning's okay, and the kick, Ubergang's there, but in front is his teammate Reynolds, who took a fine mark. And Reynolds just creeps back and yells out to Finn Betterman there. Well done to you, 13. He was good. There's the kick. Wide Reynolds in towards half forward. There's McBean going high. Not quite. Partington dragged down, holding the ball. Now, he gets up and he wants to tackle Edwards, but the ball comes back and it's a free kick to the Magpies. McBean, let's have a look what's he done. He's had the 1 goal, so he moves now to 41. Short pass is marked by who could be a vote catcher. We're not sure. We've had a lot of calls coming in to see whether Pudner, Paddy Ryder, the player spotlight. A goal, 2 marks, 1 tackle and 4 hit-outs. Paddy Ryder. We're going to see almost the mark taken there by Hayes. Not so. Back for the Magpies. Steady as you like. Who's going to kick it? Edwards is to half forward. Marked by McKenzie. Oh, there's a few more have come in to make a noise now, Bernie.
Yeah.
McKenzie's kick is good. In towards half forward. Belted out of the pack. What are we going to do? Farrell. Oh, no.
He's injured. Laddams, he got poleaxed underneath that. I think he's badly winded, Darcy Bailey, he landed straight on his back.
He's copped one somewhere, but I think I know where it is. But you can use your imagination. He's going to take a little bit of time to get to his feet and see how he's travelling.
Yeah, he was right underneath the whole pack.
21 gone. And the Magpies, who are continuing to come back into attack.
He's had a crack at it. No.
And there is, I reckon, a crack enough. It's another goal from the half-forward line. And I'm reckoning that goal was kicked by Boyd Woodcock, running in. And his kick was long and accurate. So Boyd Woodcock, who now has 16 goals for the year. And it's a good, strong finish by Port Adelaide. They've kicked 4 goals, 3 in this term to be 6-9-45 to Glenelg, 11-7-73. 22 minutes gone in the final quarter here, and SANFL statewide Super League.
Yeah, he'd just be learning his craft down the back now, Boyd Woodcock, because he was drafted in from North Adelaide to Port Power. But yeah, he was a sharpshooter in the premiership for North Adelaide last year. But I think they just got him playing down back so he gets a little bit more IQ about the game.
Heading towards the finish of this game, of course, we'll wrap it up quickly. We'll head off in different directions and think about what the weekend of football in the SANFL has meant to us all. Schnook out of the middle, got a hand pass, but went straight to Putney, who is the opposite player. He gave it across quickly towards Hayes, who kicks to half forward. And all of a sudden, Magpies with control, although that kick, it's okay. Trengove marks, slides the hand pass across towards Frederick. To centre wing, Attlee alone, Attlee unattended, Attlee a bounce. He stops, rejigs, pushes in towards the half-forward line, and it bounces over for a throw-in. You working out those votes, are you, Bernie?
Yep.
You under pressure at all, or you feel okay?
No.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad. Boundary throw-in. No, it's not. It's the last touch, and it'll be a Glenelg kick at the 23-minute mark of the term. To half-back. McBean's going to claim it. It won't be given to him. Over the shoulder call. No. Reynolds caught. Got rid of it. They're all having a go. Eventually, Edwards swings it back towards centre-half forward. Off the hands of the pack. Partington will grab it, and here's trouble. Partington. Hand pass. Running hard, Schnook. Schnook's got it. He runs. He kicks towards half forward. The umpire's up there.
Oh,
Motlop's quick.
He'll win the race.
He's got to go Hayes first. He gets him. He gets him. Umpire let it go. Motlop still chasing hard. Taken to ground. I thought he was a little bit unlucky maybe for not getting a kick.
Yeah, that's right. He had a second and third effort in there, but yeah, the man in green that's sort of 80 metres closer to the pill than us, he thinks differently. Ubergang got up and just whacked the ball away. Putney does well again. Hand pass. Trengove waits for it. Won't come to him. Won't come to him because there are other Magpies. Ball taken in defence. Corcoran bangs it back towards half-back. Close marks. That's been the story of today. They have 4 handballs and go backwards. Glenelg have 4 and gain 60 metres.
24 gone. Now we're going to see the kick by Proud in towards centre-half forward. Proud's done well. He is unobtrusive. He's not only been busy in defence, but he's crept forward over the halfway line. Yeah. Now, I tell you what, there was almost a hand pass by Ubergang there. McBean's looking to try and get that hand pass off, but Ubergang is going to take the set shot at goal and see whether he can kick his second. Your chance?
I would think so. I would think so. I'll back him in.
Okay, well,
he can hoof it.
Yeah, McBean's run past again. That's
McBean's dying to get a goal, isn't he?
Ubergang has kicked it behind. 25 gone, and we see that behind added 11-8-74 to 6-9-45. Very close to the end of this game here at Alberton. Who'll get the last goal? Who'll get the last goal? Well, quite conceivably, could be Partington, who runs in, fires at goal, and it skids through for his 4th goal. He is busy, and he has yet again given indications that you get the ball near that fella, and he can do some pretty impressive things. I'll just see if I can get this. 17 possessions for Partington. I reckon I've got to refresh that. I reckon he's got more than that, but he's been busy, hasn't he?
Yeah. He had 23 at 3/4 time.
Well, there you go. My iPad is just sizzling. I think it means it's run out of power, Bernie. Do you care? Not particularly. Big performance, Partington. Very good player. Without question. Knows his stuff. And he's kicked 4 goals as we've gone over 26. Wrapping up as soon as the final siren sounds and Bernie gives his 3 2-1s. And we see the Magpies go back into attack out of the middle, a kick to half forward. Mays is there, but it's all Glenelg. And as has been the case for most of the day, Virgin this time taking the ball and switching over towards LeCornu, who goes to Gould and missed it, but he's got an ability to regain possession. Hand pass to Joseph. Joseph's hand pass to Curran. Curran's hand pass to Motlop. Motlop's tackled. No buzz from the umpire. Picked up there by Appleton for the Magpies. Very scrambly. Plays a leg worried. Oh, neat little soccer kick. It's taken by Aidan Johnson. Johnson's kick. Here's a chance for Woodcock. He runs in, has a look, has a kick, and has a goal. Another goal to Boyd Woodcock. 5 in the term to Port Adelaide. 27 gone in the term. And they move to 7-9-51. They're now 12-7-79 heading towards the final siren.
Yeah, it's there's young Woodcock coming down from half-back and getting another one. Yeah, Port just getting a little bit easier now. It's Glenelg, well, it's all but dusted in that 27-minute mark. But yeah, to Port's credit, they've hung in and kept running, but just been outgunned by a much slicker, superior boys from Tigerland today.
Yep. 7-9-51 to 12. I'm not sure. That's very hard to see that scoreboard over there in the sun. That's my excuse. As Joseph takes it in defence.
51 to 81.
It's 30 points the margin, I think it is. Yeah. That's the way it should be. Anyway, we're going to still have time for maybe another scorer. As this time it's Drew for the Magpies. Now in defence, that is kicked there by Trent McKenzie across the goal face, and it bounces and will be thrown in. This quarter, 28 and a bit, only because, Bernie, we've had, let's see, 8 goals in the last quarter.
Yeah, that's been a good part of it.
It has. Kick back into play. And it's taken by Fredricks. Hand pass on. Neatly done to Ellsworth. Ellsworth overcooked it. Atley missed it. Motlop didn't, and kicks. Who can run? Jesse White, Paddy Ryder. Who's quick enough? This isn't the Stall gift. This is the Alberton gift. Good work there by White, who knocked it back. Here's Motlop. Motlop with some magic dust. Hooks it long. Here towards centre half forward. McBean's there and goes back after it. Now it's Trengove. Trengove slides the hand pass. Does all right to Pudney. He's kicked a half back, marked there by Ellsworth at the 29-minute mark. Glenelg by 5 goals. They'll win the game. They'll jump even further clear on top of the table. Kick back to centre wing's all right. Woodcock run. Kicks all right down the ground too. Mark there. McKenzie can kick the ball a fair way. Is he going to try? Oh, it's 50. Doesn't matter. Now he's going to take a shot anyway for percentage reasons. So Glenelg will finish this game as McKenzie with that meterage. Glenelg will finish at 12-9-81. And McKenzie directly in front, 35 out. Every score, particularly a goal, helps with their percentage.
Yeah.
And we're going to wait for this last shot at goal, and then we'll give you the final scores as everyone gets up and stands in the grandstand, which doesn't help us at all. He comes in and shoots for goal, and he's put it through. So McKenzie gives Port Adelaide 6 last quarter goals, and they finish with 8-9-57 to Glenelg, 12-9-81. The margin is 24 points. Bernie, I'll just go through the goal scorers and then we can get you to clean it up. For Glenelg, 4 goals to Partington,